Death, taxes, Manchester United injury concerns. You're not allowed to enjoy anything nice. No, absolutely not. Leny Yoro pretty good in his first game. Oh, how about just seeing him limp around the pitch after 13 minutes or whatever it was against Arsenal? No, look, of course, we're hoping this is just precautionary. We are hoping that it's not going to be a problem whatsoever. But as well as Leny Yoro, Rasmus Hojlund going down, walking straight down the tunnel, after seemingly what looked like he caught his studs in the turf. And come on, man. Well, you're not allowed good things. You're not allowed nice things. Was it a hamstring with Hojlund? Was it a knee? I don't know what it was with Leny Yoro. But that pitch, apparently it was a grass pitch that was laid on top of artificial turf. Right, okay. Anyway, I just hope that these are just precautionary. All right? Because I swear to God, if we start this season now, because that was the first game of the full preseason tour, if we start this now, I've had enough of that last season, all right? In terms of how the game actually went, there you go. I moaned for a little bit. Let me tell you how the game went, all right? Manchester United, it was interesting to see us using the same shape in the first half. We were good. It was an exciting starting 11. I'll speak about Amas. I'll speak about Collier. I'll speak about the overall play. But Manchester United played with the same setup that we used against City in the FA Cup final. And it's going to be interesting to see if that becomes our new main approach to the game. We played with 4 across the front. We played with Hojlund. And we played with, who else was it? Mason Mount up there as the front 2 when we were pressing as a 4, Rashford on the left, Ahmad on the right. Now, that goal from Hojlund was such a good goal. It was a lovely ball over the top from Marcus Rashford, but Hojlund had so much to do. Bullied past his defender, strength. He even got the finish, I think, after he'd just been clipped. His heels got clipped. Really good striker's goal. Ruud van Nistelrooy will be sitting on the bench going, yeah, I like that. Of course, he went off injured, and fingers crossed that Yoro. And look, if it means that Yoro and Hojlund don't play any other minutes in the preseason, but it means they're fit for the season, then so be it. Don't take any risks. It's just a bit of a joke. It really is a bit of a joke. Somebody who I think earned some real stripes, not even just in that game, but I think so far in the preseason, I think Toby Collier has been probably the most impressive player for me. His profile and the way he plays in midfield, with that athleticism, with that ground covering, out of possession, he offers so much that simply Casemiro can't offer, and that we don't really have anybody else who does offer what he can bring. It just strikes me that because of his profile, because of what we need, I think Collier is going to get plenty of minutes in this first team squad next season. 2 seasons ago, it was about Garnacho. Last season was about Mainu. Will this season be about Collier, or will it be about a certain Harry Amas? Harry Amas, I think you saw all the reasons why United fans are understandably excited about him. It really he has so much similarity to Luke Shaw in terms of his stature, stocky, he's athletic. From a technical perspective, on the ball, lovely. He beat the press, running forward, added to the attack, and athletically covering the ground, physically the duels. Tick. That's where he's really well developed and exciting. But he did switch off. Look, Arsenal's first goal was definitely offside, but Gabriel Jesus, he was behind him, and it was a problem with Diogo Dalot when he was younger. It was still a problem with Wan-Bissaka, and it probably is a little bit of a problem with Dalot now. But not looking over your shoulder, not being aware where your striker or your attackers are around you, and him nipping in front of him and getting the ball. But I think what we saw in the first half, all those, as I said, the natural athleticism and technical ability of Harry Amas is a reason why he should be considered one of our left-back options inside the squad this season. It's going to be a year of development for him, but I'm excited for it. As I said, I think you're looking at Collier and I think you're looking at Amas as the 2 main academy players who I think have got a real opportunity. Of course, Ethan Wheatley's there too. And you've got the likes of Jack Fletcher, who didn't actually get any minutes in that game. I was quite impressed with Mason Mount, by the way. I think he looks fit so far this preseason. Every time there's a second ball, he's first to it. Mason Mount strikes me as going to be a very, very good team player for Manchester United this season, making sure everybody else around him can be the best versions of themselves. And he's also a very good player unto himself. Well, when he costs 60 million, you don't just sign a cheerleader for the rest of the players. You need him to impact games individually. he missed a whole season through injury. So this is effectively his first season as a Manchester United player, and I think he looked pretty fit and pretty sharp. Now, that was the team in the first half. Of course, second half, the whole team changes apart from Onana. And if I was going to say anybody that stood out, I felt sorry for Scanlon, who played right back. He got beaten by Martinelli for the goal. Man, dude's never played right back before in his life. All right. I thought Sancho looked quite good on the ball. As in, he was proactive when he had the ball at his feet. Good effort levels. But Man United in the second half, did we create an opportunity? I really don't think we did. It was a pretty poor second half. And it was a good first half, but honestly, it's just overshadowed by everything you saw there with Leny Yoro limping off, walking around the pitch, with Rasmus Hojlund sitting down, potentially saying that his hamstring hurt and walking straight down the tunnel. So I suppose it's a good sign, really, that Leny Yoro walked around the pitch rather than going straight down the tunnel, if I'm trying to look at a silver lining here. But it's frustrating. Last season, were injuries the only problem we had? Hell no. Were they a contributing factor? Hell yes. Please don't let that happen again this season. And that's going to be partly down to the coaching staff. Of course, we've got a new head physio. We've got Gary O'Driscoll, who's been making the changes behind the scenes. And I think United are approaching, Erik ten Hag said, with a new medical strategy this season. But it has to be done properly. It seriously has to be done properly, because I cannot face another season where we're just talking about, oh, what happens if, how wouldn't it be different if we had this player fit and that player fit and this player fit? So that just make sure everyone's fit, which of course is easier said than done. But we lost. Arsenal, Arsenal were not particularly good at all, and I don't really think they needed to be. 2 goals, as I said, one was definitely offside, and Harry Mass kind of switching off at the back post. And the second, you had Gabriel Martinelli beating James Scanlon at right back when he's never played right back before. If I was to choose a man of the match for Manchester United, I'd probably go for Toby Collier. Impressed me the most in the first half. I just think it just stands out. I think the reason that you kind of focus on him more is because we just don't have a midfielder like that. Casemiro doesn't play like that. McTominay isn't a central midfielder. He is, but he's more like a box crashing midfielder rather than somebody who stays in the middle. This is the profile we need, and this is the signing that we need to make, whether it's Ugarte or someone else. Look, fingers crossed we get a good update on Leny Yoro and Rasmus Hojlund in the morning, because I can't deal with that. Please don't have another season ruined by that. Anyway, 2-1 against Arsenal. Defeat. There wasn't really too many positives taken from that game. I'll be totally honest.